And good evening, everybody. This is the Loudmouth, Jason, and I'm here. Hector's not here this week, but I'll be here for a few minutes just to run down the week in sports. And we had a busy week, and that just wrapped up. WrestleMania 35 at the MetLife Stadium in the New York, New Jersey area, and that wrapped up. And it was an amazing show. Over 82,000 people packed the MetLife Stadium, and we saw history made. Kofi Kingston becoming WWE champion, Becky Lynch becoming the undisputed women champion of WWE, and a lot of other things as well. John Cena made an appearance, the old school John Cena, Dugonomics, and then this past week on Raw, we had the Undertaker return. So a lot of things happened, wrestling coming and going. Kurt Angle retired. Dean Ambrose has left WWE. He had his final match. So a lot of things going on with wrestling. Let's get into basketball. The Brooklyn Nets are playoff bound. They have clinched, playoffs this past weekend. So they'll be competing in the first round, the Eastern Conference playoffs. So congratulations to my hometown team, the Brooklyn Nets. They did their thing. And yes, so the Yankees starting the season out not too good. Early on, we decimated with injuries with Luis Severino, CC Sabathia, and also coming back from suspension. You got Denon Betances, Miguel Andujar. The list just goes on and on. So the Yankees are not doing too good so far. They had a horrible homestand in the Bronx to open up the season. So now they're on the road, So, still come with that. It's early on in the season. So, you expect the Yankees, they won 100 games last year. So you expect them to pick it up this year. As the season goes along, they get people healthy, so stay tuned for that. The Mets starting out the gate very strong. They were in first place for, I think, almost a week. They lost a couple of games lately. But the Mets are starting out strong, hitting. So that's a very positive sign to see from the Mets, because last year they were anemic offensively. They couldn't produce runs. But now that is not a problem with this 2019 squad led by Robinson Cano, former Yankee, and Peter Alfonso, and Michael Conforto, and company, and Jeff McNeil. So it's a very exciting team. You got something to hope for Met fans out there, 2019 and beyond. So, of course, they re-signed Jacob deGrom, the reigning Cy Young. So that's a huge thing. They re-signed him. So they got a solid team. So let's see what happens, So as far as baseball goes, you got something to look forward to this year. Hopefully the Mets will be in it all year, along as the Yankees. So stay tuned for that. Moving back to basketball, shocking news development was Magic Johnson abrupt resigning as the president of basketball operations for the Los Angeles Lakers. So the season for the Lakers has got even worse, with LeBron James, not making the playoffs, and now Magic Johnson. So there's turmoil, who is going to be leading, the Los Angeles Lakers going forward? What is the direction, for them? You know what I mean? So what is going to happen with the Los Angeles Lakers? You know what I mean? So a franchise has been in disarray for the past several years. I think it's the 6 straight years they haven't made the playoffs. You know what I mean? So what's going to happen with that? And Knicks finished up in a historic season, but in a bad way, with 64 losses in the regular season. So I don't know where we're going to go from here. If you're a New York Knicks fan, I definitely don't know. I have no clue at all what you're going to do with the Knicks. They have a lot of cap space coming up this summer, and you're talking about you're going to get Kevin Durant, you're going to get KD, you're going to get Kyrie Irving, whatever. I mean, if you're an NBA superstar, why would you want to come to New York? I mean, unless you're going to go to Brooklyn. But why are you going to come to the Knicks? For what? You know what I mean? It's an embarrassment of a franchise. And, I definitely will tell you, James Dolan, sell the team. You need to sell the team. And what you're going to do to me, I won't go to your fucking garden. You can take your garden and shove up your ass. You know what I mean? Real talk. You know what I mean? When they send me letters in the mail to get season tickets to come out to the Garden, I wipe my ass with them. You know what I mean? And I feed them to the dogs. You know, my cat uses it for cat litter. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's what I think about the Knicks. Moving on, Brock Lesnar, as you know, lost. He dropped the Universal title this past Sunday at WrestleMania. So now it's all but confirmed that Brock Lesnar will be heading back to the UFC and facing Daniel Cormier in that super fight for the UFC championship. So say what you want, but Brock Lesnar does draw and put asses in the seats, and it'll be exciting to see. It'd be interesting to see, you know, who will come out victorious in that super fight. You know, Daniel Cormier's up in age, they're around the same age, you know, and you got Brock Lesnar, a former UFC champion in his own right. So it'd be interesting. I mean, if he could pass a drug test, we'll see. You know, he's been dirty with steroids. You know what I mean? He's been riding dirty. You know what I mean? Like A-Rod. But anyway, but hey, at least A-Rod's banging J-Lo, right? You know, not a bad thing. I'll hit that. Anyway, yes, she got a big ass. Puerto Ricans are the best. Anyway, yes, The Undertaker returned this past Monday on Monday Night Raw. And, yeah, so there you go with that. Of course, Odell Beckham Jr. has been traded. So the Giants cut him loose. And he got shipped out to Cleveland. I guess the owner had enough of his, you know, his headaches and everything. It's a big distraction, so that's now over with. And the Giants, I don't know what they're going to do. They replace Odell Beckham with Golden Tate. I mean, I don't know. You're talking about rebuilding the team, and you have a 38, you know, a 78-year-old quarterback, Eli Manning. God bless you. You won us 2 Super Bowls and everything. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame. But the Giants should have moved on completely and not brought back Eli Manning. You know, give him a chance. He wants to continue playing. Let him go to another team. You know, because you're not winning nothing in New York. I mean, the defense, offensive line is a disaster. You know, all you have offensively is Saquon Barkley. And, you know, I don't know. It's a lot of headaches. But, you know, good luck to you, Gellerman, the general manager and everything. I don't know. And last but not least, this past, well, April 2nd came and went on the WTF TV episode. And I did not appear, but I was here in the building because I was waiting for a certain individual. And he goes by fuckboy, gay boy, Angelo Vega. So, yeah, I was here and he didn't show up. So, like I have on my cue card, Angelo no show, Vega. You talk a lot of stuff. You talk about that if I come here April 2nd, that I'm going to be leaving in an ambulance or whatever. I left here on my own 2 feet. You know, you didn't show. So who's the pussy? You know, but don't quit your day job of walking dogs. Because you're used to picking up dog shit. So that's what you do for a living. So you're full of shit. So you're used to it, right? Anyway, so that's what I got to say, you know. Enough talk about, you know, gay boys like Angelo. I got nothing against homosexuals, by the way. I love them. So don't take offense. Anyway, I mean, no homo, I love you guys. But you guys are awesome. Anyway, but yeah, it's just so, don't get offended, you know, there'd be a viewer discretion advised. But yeah, so it's just Angelo. I got nothing to say. I mean, until you prove something to me, I got nothing to say. My record speaks for itself. My name speaks for itself. So anyway, I wasted enough. I gave you enough. I gave you too much more TV time than you deserve. So when you want to do something, I'm here. If not, go play with your little fucking Barbie dolls that you put on your fucking YouTube channel that nobody watches. You're like, you know, 50 years old playing with Barbie dolls, action figures. Get a real life, and get a woman. Get some real pussy. Anyway, that is it. That is all I gotta say. This is the Loudmouth, and this is my 2 cents here on the BTST radio for this week, or whatever the fuck we air. We're on cable access in Manhattan. This summer we'll be expanding to BronxNet and Brick. So stay tuned for that. We'll be everywhere. Like my hashtag On Instagram, I'm everywhere. You can follow me on Instagram if you want, Captain Clutch 80, and the show BTSTRadioTV. And yeah, that's all I got to say. So go fuck yourself and have a good night. I'm out. Let's go Yankees, and the Mets suck. The Mets suck. And your girlfriend probably swallowed.
That's a wrap. You're under 15 minutes.